Happy Sunday, everybody. It is Napalm Dawn on G4G, and we're taking a look at the new Beta 5.2.1, or for all intents and purposes, Beta 5.2 for Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux. Right now, I do believe there is both a PC version and a Mac version. We're going to be working with the PC version here. It can be downloaded from the links down below. You are to prefer the mega link. But if something happens with the mega link, what you'll need to do is use the Google Drive link. This is for PCs and Macs only. This is not for any other operating system, including mobile. No, I do not have ETAs on Beta 6 or any kind of ETA on when the game will go final. We're going to take a look at the patch notes first, and then we're going to go into unzipping Beta 5.2.1, or 5.2 going forward, like I'd mentioned, bringing over your save and starting the game, and also seeing if some of the bugs with follow-ups and counters have been fixed. So here are the Beta 5.2 patch notes. Special Operations number 1 was added, and Unstable ISO is available in the game to use for Spec Ops 1. Mockingbird, obviously because of Spec Ops 1, was added to the game. The reveals went out for Black Panther, and that was a while back. And then I had that puzzle, which if you didn't catch the announcement about Black Panther, there was a puzzle to figure out Black Panther and Scarlet Witch. So I gave 2 clues for each character, 1 audio for Black Panther, 1 visual, and then 2 visual ones for Scarlet Witch. For Black Panther, he was the one who was quoted as saying that Wolverine is not a particularly good fighter. He relies on his healing factor, and he is just a brawler. Wouldn't it be kind of interesting if there was an arc for Wolverine that he actually spent times with some martial artists and refined his fighting skills just to see what it would be like? I'd be a wonderful plot to go down, a wonderful little plot hole to go down. The other visual clue for Black Panther was Bast or Bastet from Egyptian times, and glory be to Bast. As you know from the Black Panther movies, that was the clue over there. There was a prediction that it might be Moon Knight because it looked like an Egyptian god, and honestly, I mean, that wasn't too far off, and I can definitely understand that. But the combination of the clues there pointed to Black Panther. For Scarlet Witch, the visual clues were House of M. So in the first picture over there, it was just a house, and then it was the M from M&M's. And the second clue was the movie Dr. No, so you were to take the word no there. The Pop-Tarts were s'mores. You were to take more out of that, or s'mores should get you close, no more. And then Wolverine was the final picture. He is a mutant. No more mutants, which was the infamous phrase that was uttered when Scarlet Witch warped reality and depowered a lot of mutants. The Dark Tower comic series by Stephen King is one of the only comic series that I have, and I knew House of M was so important, so I actually have that series. So that was referenced in that particular video. So we'll be dealing with Mockingbird, Black Panther, and Switch. Unique gear has finally been added to the mission roulette. As such, there are less gear options in the store. That means, so if you go to a mission to farm a piece of gear, say a custom possessed pistol or a power of 4, things like that, they'll now be appearing. Roulettes have been rebalanced to give about twice the shield points, about half the command points, ISO 8 unstable, ISO 8 empowered, ISO 8 in gear. Unsellable items have been removed. Enemies now have scaled health to make the game more challenging. The game starts in no cheats mode. That means it disables what certain buttons do at the main deck UI over there. That means you cannot accidentally click the buttons and give yourself the cheats to play around with the beta. You just simply go into the settings, remove that check, and then you will be able to do the cheats again as you had in previous betas. The Collect All button is now a neighbor collection system that gives a small number of resources every 20 hours. The resource cheating button has been moved to the simulator button. A daily roulette has been added. I don't know the math behind this one, if this is daily as per your system clock or some other time zone or not. Goofy would have to weigh in on that one. Gold can now be converted into command points, shield points, and unstable ISO 8 in the store. Certain uniforms have been locked due to being broken and are not available. These are all the Season 2 ones, as well as Age of Ultron, Iron Man, and Hulk. Energy can now go above 60 when using energy refills. I wonder how that's going to look visually. My first concern there is, would it break the bar? Each ally now has their own map. They do not do anything, but they are very pretty. Several quality of life additions, bug fixes, countering weapons, freezing the game in combat. This is a big one that the community has been quite in tune with. Certain weapons were missing animations would often corrupt the save file. Bringing less than an agent plus 2 heroes into combat would corrupt the save file. Leveling a hero from 13 to 14 permanently screwed them up in the training bay. This was big. A lot of people thought this was 14 to 15, but it was actually 13 to 14. Toad froze the game by licking you. I think I'd always managed to kill him before this happened, but I was aware of this bug. That's kind of fucking funny when you think about it. The level up and recruit sound, I had always played at full volume and destroyed your ears. That's been fixed. Each mini boss had to be fought separately to make the epic boss show up. That has been fixed. The epic boss roulette was missing. You could only go right on the gear page. Oh, damn, I didn't notice that. I thought I bounced back and forth. I would, hopefully that whole bottom row of the gear on page 1 is fixed. That was actually kind of annoying. The bosses in mission 1.5.3 were shuffled around. Flight deck XP values were off. 24-hour flight deck runs reset to 24 hours when they hit 0. Oof. Captain America inspired your team twice instead of just once. Go Cap. Alright, so here is the zip file that I got from Mega, and here is how you're going to go ahead and extract it and take care of it. Yes, I do keep a lot of older versions around. The big ones that I definitely like to keep are 2 and 3, just in case I need to do videos with certain gear and certain teams, because 2 was the last major one that had all of the heroes available, and with codes I can get certain gear and uniforms, and Beta 3 of course had the original leveling and everything. But technically I don't need Beta 4.75 anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe that out. And then we'll get into unzipping 5.2 and show you how to bring your save over. So the first thing you want to do is, when you go into the zip file, okay, you want to make sure you're not dumping it right over your Beta 5.0.1. Do not do that. Put it in its own folder. Here I'm using 7-zip, and I've got the zip file in the directory where I keep my MAAR beta. So what I'm going to do is just drag it from the zip file and unload it over here. This is a secondary drive I'm using. This is my big game drive. You may have occasionally permissions if you're trying to extract it to like program files or program files 86. I would just find a folder on your C drive, or perhaps a game drive that you have, make an MAAR folder, and then extract this there. That seems to prevent a lot of the security issues that go on. So here we are, we're extracting the zip file into its own directory. Do not extract it into an existing MAAR beta directory. So what my D drive is, it is a 8 not an 8 gigabyte. Yeah, that'd be bad. It's an 8 terabyte Iron Wolf data drive. It's basically a drive that's meant to be in servers. At a previous job that I had, we had a device called a Synology, which is a NAS, a network attached storage, that had Iron Wolf 8 terabyte drives in there, and we had some cache drives that were on SSDs. We had some extras, and I kept one of the 8 terabyte ones over there because the Synology would eventually go defunct and was probably going to be sold off. So I happened to keep one of the terabyte drives there, and that is my big game drive. Now, my very common games that I play, like World of Warcraft and Overwatch, they are on my NVMe drive because it's faster. This is, pretty much a storage drive, not really a speed drive, and that's why you're seeing this take a few moments over here. But it's good for you guys to see this, because if you run into this, it's nice to know what's going on. Now, while this is happening, a lot of people are wondering, well, how can I play the game on multiple computers in my house? Or, since there is no mobile version, how can I play it when out of the house? One of the best ways you could do that is to use Steam to your advantage. So if you install Steam on your primary computer where Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux is, this Steam can be set to be your streamer for everything else. So this is Steam on my main computer, and this is the one that does all of the streaming to all of my Steam clients in the house. So all you need to do in order to play Redux on multiple computers without really trying to mess around with the save file, and are you putting the save file on your own NAS drive or a cloud drive that you have in your network, the best way to do it is you go to games and you add a non-Steam game to your library. When this window comes up, you hit browse, and then you browse into your Redux folder, and then you find the executable here. When you do that, that allows you to stream it to anything that you log into your Steam account with. As you can see, I already have it here from the older version. I need to do it now with 5.2. So if you have a Steam Deck, anywhere that you have your Steam Deck, you can stream Redux from your main PC, potentially a laptop in the house, even on mobile devices with the Steam Link. So if I were to go on my phone or a tablet, pull up Steam Link, I would be able to stream Redux from my main computer. The problem is that your main computer running Steam will have to be on. If it's off, well, yeah, then it's not going to work. Okay. So it is extracted. We go into the data and the resources and saves folder. As you could see here, it is blank because I haven't launched the game yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my 5.01 saves, copy this, back all the way up, go into the same folder for 5.2.1, and I'm going to paste it. Now, the coding team has said publicly, and I need for this to be understood, if you have problems when you are playing under a save file that you bring into 5.2.1 from 5.01 and only 5.01, not any other version, if you continue to have some crazy bugs, it is recommended that you play on a fresh save. The development or the coding development team is not interested in hearing about bugs that happen because you brought your save file over. So let's get into it. Screen I've seen before many times. Alright, so there's the existing save. I can do a new save if I want to, but I'm not. I'm going to bring in my old save. And you can see here the social feed. This is what was happening in my 5.0.1. I wish I could do a collect all and not resend. Maybe I'm asking a little too much on that one. It's a quality of life I would like to have, to just be able to do collect all without having to do a collect and resend all. But I mean, in all honesty, what is it? An extra like 4 seconds, 5 seconds over here to do that. So we're gonna check out my neighbors over here. Wow, I've got a lot now, don't I? So Tony Stark, Alicia Masters, Foggy Nelson, May Parker, Darcy Lewis, Edwin Jarvis, Ben Urich, Moira McTaggart, Thomas Fireheart. I know nothing about that guy, by the way. Sorry about that. Mary Jane Watson, Peggy Carter, Dr. Claire Temple, don't know her either. Betty Brandt, Robbie Robertson, don't know him. Willie Lumpkin, don't know him. And Wyatt Wingfoot. Yeah, there's definitely a few I don't know. So I've hit collect all and the 20-hour timer starts. I'm going to go into settings. Oh, my no cheats mode didn't start as on. Interesting. I'm going to try one of the... Okay. I'm going to try one of the buttons simulator. Oh yeah, oh my god, I got a ton of resources. Okay, so my cheats mode is definitely on. Let us see what the gear looks like over here. So we go to equip. Alright, I'm going to pick something from the bottom row. I'm going to pick the Mystic. I got the Mystic. Okay, one more time just to confirm. And I got the Conductor. Okay, great. So I'm going to start loading myself up with some counter weapons over here. And... yeah, that should be good enough. Maybe the Blade of the Guardian. No, I don't have the... okay. Alright, so we'll go with that. Let's see what this question mark does. Oh, my daily... oh my god. 3 hot shots in the reward daily. Are you serious? Can you imagine... okay. Oh, man. Can you imagine if when you were playing from 2012 to 2016 and you logged in and 3 hot shots were on your spinner? You would have shit yourself. You would have thrown your Fruit Loops across the room and shit yourself if 3 hot shots showed up in your daily spinner and then you won it on your first try. Even 20 gold. This is... yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy over there. That's amazing to see. I'm going to go to team. I'm going to train him. We're going to go and complete Pepsi Can. We're going to train Cyclops, and we're going to make sure we don't have Mockingbird. But there is Black Panther and there's Scarlet Witch. I'm going to recruit Black Panther, just because I always loved his combat animations. There's Mockingbird visible on the I Don't Have roster. And I do want to go with one of his alternate uniforms. I'm going to go with Tactician Urban Jungle. The one that they're going to release when the game goes live is not in the game yet. But that would be kind of funny if one of the betas had a testing phase for a character that they've announced, or maybe a uniform that they've announced. Scarlet Witch I'm going to hold off for a moment, but if I do Scarlet Witch, I'm definitely getting maybe Infiltrator Stripper Witch. I've always hated the Age of Ultron ones. I'm not going to use that. I would probably go for Infil or Blaster Stripper Witch. Or Romany Witch. Alright, so I can launch the Spec Ops. Taste of Thunder I actually have already. Enchanted Crowbar I may have. Target Pistol? I wouldn't have thought that would have been in the Spec Ops. That seems very generic. Okay, let's give it a start over here. Okay. Wait a minute. I wonder if that's supposed to do that. Would that change my spinner every time I take a look at it? Oh, yes, it does. Wow. I have to process that. Because what if... I don't know if it should change every time, or your spinner should be set once a day, and then you can keep trying again for the spinner you've already seen until it resets the next day. Changing every time? I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I'll do a try again just to see how it works. Alright. Not a bad reward. So we do have a whole bunch of ISO. We have 10k ISO. I'm going to start on a low battle because I want to bring in Black Panther. And what the hell, I'll bring in Wolverine as a reference to the puzzle. Death Frost proccing already. That's already a fix, I believe. Oh, I miss Black Panther's animations. I really do. I don't know why, but Black Panther was always a joy to watch in combat. God, this really does bring me back. Ooh, nice counterattack from the Mercurial. Alright, so the Mercurial's looking good. I had an issue with the Sinister Scepter, because that also has a counter. So I'm going to do the Sinister Scepter, the Mystic, and... ooh, the Pneumatic Nailer. That was one a lot of people were trying. Alright, so we're going to keep the same characters, and let's see what happens. God, this is bringing me back to like 2012 over here. This is such a memory trip. Hearing this music and having like Wolverine and everything. Wow, that's really interesting. Doesn't this kind of make you feel like you're literally watching that original Avengers movie? I think I've just de-aged about 10-12 years over here listening to this. I don't know why it's hitting me like this, but it's definitely getting me. Combat's playing pretty nice over here. I'm not too sure what's up with Infiltrator saying the healing factor in red. I don't know what's going on over there with that. Mystic still doing a lot of work. Honestly, this is a good bleed team up if you think about it. Like this is actually a pretty good set of characters to have together. Ooh, the volume sounds good, except the two musics played over each other like that. It was actually a little discordant to hear in my ear. So let's try deploy. Any hero, so we'll send Hawkeye. Oh, I should be testing out Hawkeye in combat. Yeah, sorry about that. I know he's been a little bit problematic. We know the Mercurial's proc. Let's stay with this gear a little bit longer, see how it works. Let's change up to Hulk and Wolverine, see what goes on here. God, that's just perfect. It's funny, I felt combat in 5.01 was so good, I feel like it's even better right now. Are we gonna see anything counter? Nice! There goes the pneumatic nailer, and it worked perfectly. If counters and everything are gonna work like this, boy do I want to give myself the Devourer, let me tell you. I would love to be running a Devourer with a bleed team right now. Damn, big crits. 2 members of the new Fantastic Four? Hulk and Wolverine? Wow, that's a tub that I didn't know about. Alright, reward gallows looking good. More ISO. Alright, I'm gonna try to use Hawkeye in combat over here. As soon as I deploy Black Widow. Is that a stack of battle? No, I think that's actually okay. I was just... Yeah, I was wondering if that was a stack of battles over there, but it isn't. The original game occasionally would have some trouble with that, where 2 locations on the map would get stuck on each other. It was kind of hard to actually get the one you wanted. Let's keep the gear for now. Let's see how Hawkeye works. So far, so good. I know sending Scrapper Hulk into a Infiltrator is something I'd like to test at some point, because he had problems with his follow-up. Alright, let's change up the gear a little bit over here. Sorcerer Scepter out. Let's go Hotshot in. The Deathly Freeze Ray in. And honestly, if I had the signpost, I would be using the signpost at this point. Let's check the store. Radiant Cannon, Hex Wand, Multi-Shot Injector, good. Deathly Freeze Ray. Beyond Corp Driver. Heavy Ion Beam. I think I actually did a build with the Heavy Ion Beam at one point. I don't remember what video I used in it, but I built something around that a little bit. Beyond Corp Reality Wrench. There's the Blade of the Guardian. Should pick that. Oh, the Devourer. The hardest working piece of gear in the game. Nothing beats the Devourer for a weapon doing what it says it's supposed to do. The Devourer has been one of the most consistent, most reliable weapons I think I've ever had. I love the Devourer. Supplies. Alright, let's see how research is going. Alright, gonna start a research there. Let's see how my team is doing with the training. Looking good there. It's a nice city, but it wouldn't be too bad if you could like train somebody and then click on them here and jump to that character, but that's not a bug. That's just a nice little feature, a little shortcut. Okay, good. We've got an Infiltrator. So we're going to try and send Hulk into that Infiltrator if we can. Ooh. Mystic failed to set up. So you noticed I took Birding and Death Frost damage because the Mystic hasn't activated yet. This is not a goofy bug or an MIA bug. This is actually a bug that has existed within Marvel Avengers Alliance since the dawn of time. If I take an action, the Mystic will kick in, but as you can see there, the passives on the 2 guns beat the Mystic, and I took damage. See, there goes the Shroud. That is a problem that I actually reported to Playdom several times in my career, and they've never fixed it. Are we gonna get the follow-up? Get the follow-up, get the follow-up. Oh, where's the follow-up? Hulk. Man, I was hoping to see a follow-up there. DFR doing a lot of work. With the sure shot, sure to make a body drop. Let's see what Hulk's AoE is gonna be like. Yeah, a little weak. It's always tended to do that. Let's try the hot shot. Ooh. Alright, I think that is all that I'm going to do on this particular video here. I'm definitely going to continue playing the Spec Ops, may do a follow-up video as I recruit Mockingbird, but I think we've covered everything we can take a look at for this particular one over here. I've unlocked a new jet location, so I'll go ahead and upgrade that. I'm going to try the resume Spec Ops before the end of the video, but just real quick, I'm going to send some people on some missions, because I'm going to go ahead and take a break over here. And one more. Let's send Spider-Woman in reference to her being an Eternal pilot back in the day. If I click here, you can see Black Panther recruited, and resume Spec Ops. Doesn't work clicking the plane. Let's just try and go back. Store, mission, close. Okay. Doesn't work on the jet, but if I hit resume down here, it does seem to work. So that's good. Put Spider. That's my own fault. Alright, one more battle. And let's take Hawkeye out. Bring Doctor Strange in. Yep, here goes Death Frost burning again. It's an interesting bug because the passives for the guns that are damaging are kicking in, but the passive from the Mystic Shroud, which is positive, hasn't kicked in. Weird. It's weird, the implementation of that. Like, why do those passives get to go, but not the Mystic Shroud one? Damn, I love that Hulk. I really do. That was an interesting set of switching going on over there. Try the hot shot one more time. Yeah. Hot shot was always a very, very good gun. It used to stun like crazy. It was not unheard of to watch one hot shot proc go and stun an entire team of people. They knew that gun was a little bit overpowered when it first dropped, and they did walk it back a little bit. And if you notice, it now, like if you saw the tooltip for this, it would say that it causes incapacitation and not stun, which is a little bit different. Incapacitation is like a debuff that has a chance to stun, rather than the old outright stun that it used to do. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video now so I can get it out. The links will be down in the description below for the Mega link, the Google Drive link, Facebook, and Discord. And I hope you guys enjoy Beta 5.2 and to get to play around with all the weapons that maybe you wanted to in 5.01 but were causing you a little bit of grief. So kudos to MIA and Goofy for getting this little minor step version out. And again, no ETA for Beta 6 or the final release candidate, but I think seeing all these weapons working this way and 2 new characters and a Spec Ops being live, I think that should tide you guys over for quite some time. And again, if you have any issues in your game because you brought over your save, try to do a brand new save within 5.2 that has no 5.01 components in it, and it may work a little bit better. And of course, as always, back up your save every few days or so, just in case you get a save breaking bug. You don't want to lose all your progress and everything. So this is Napalm Dawn signing off. Hope you enjoyed the video.